Yeah, good morning. Good morning, all. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Online students? Okay. So in the last class, we are discussing about the Power BI and we have discussed with additionally some of the plots within the Power BI. So today's class, we are going to cover a few more plots. Okay. Now, so So in the last class, we are discussing about the some of the plots within the Power BI, and in today's class, we are going to continue with the remaining plots. Now, as we have discussed earlier, first, initially we have completed one project related to, one data set related to HR. Okay, HR analytics, or which is majorly focusing on the employee data. Okay, so we are going to have employee data, right? Next, to understand the additional plots. Okay, within this employee data, what are the plots we have covered is like a bar plot. Okay, so what is that bar plot? We call it as here in terms of clustered or with respect to stacked bar chart. Okay, we are having the stacked bar chart. So we have covered what is meant by stacked bar chart already. What is meant by stacked bar plot? And okay, and similarly, we have covered in terms of stacked column chart. What is the difference between bar versus column is horizontal versus vertical. And similarly, we have covered in terms of stacked vertical. Next one is clustered. Clustered means unstacked. And similarly, we have covered the clustered column chart. And in the next, we have selected yesterday, that is last class, that is on last Saturday's class, we have selected one more data set called as sample superstore. So superstore means what is meant by superstore means they are going to sell them various kinds of products, multiple products. Okay. So various types of products will be sold. And what is meant by sample means it is a sample data, which is consisting of 10,000 records. The more amount of data you are going to have. So in this data set also we have, and here we have discussed what is the next one? 100% stacked bar chart. What is meant by 100% stacked bar chart means it is going to represent in terms of percentages. Okay, where it is going to represent in terms of bar plot is going to represent in terms of numerical data, that is quantity, and it is going to represent in terms of percentage, right? So we have discussed in terms of 100% stacked column chart. So these are the few things which we have discussed. And all these 6 plots after discussing, next plot we are having is called as line plot. So let us discuss about the line plot also in detail. Now, when you are discussing the line plot, okay, let me remove. And I'm going to add the line plot. When you have to take the line plot, this is called as line chart. What is meant by line chart? And when we have to consider the line chart means when we are having the x-axis in the sequential data, or simply to say time series data. For time series data, we are going to apply the line chart. Now, in this line chart, I'm going to consider the ordered date. So now whatever the data you are considering, okay, samples superstore data already I have explained in the last class itself. Now whatever the data you are trying to load here, here you are having in terms of multiple columns. So once again, I'm showing you the data set. So which we have discussed in the last class. So here, this is the data set where we are having the row ID, order ID. Order ID means whatever the product they are purchasing on order date, ship ID, shipment product. Okay. And what is the shipment mode, customer ID, customer name, and segment, country, city, state, postal code, region, what is the product, what is the category, and within that category, subcategory, what are the different product names, what are the various products, and along with the sales, quantity, how much discount, and overall profit, right? So these are the various columns. In these columns, if you observe clearly, all the different varieties of data is available. What are the different varieties of data? Means continuous data is available, and count categorical variable is available. Quantity, which comes under count variable, that is also available, and date column, order date or shipment date, where we are having in terms of in date column also available, that is time series. Total 4 types of variables we are having. All the 4 types of variables are available in this kind of data set. Now here what I'm going to do means, whenever you load the data here, okay, whichever the data is in the numerical format, that particular data will be selected as sigma, that is summation. It will be done automatically, the summation. For whichever the numerical data, it will do the summation automatically, and it will be represented with the summation symbol. And whichever the date, whichever the variable is in the time series, it will represent with a calendar, the date with a calendar symbol, shipment date, and along with the order date. It is going to show in a calendar symbol format. Numerical data will be in the sigma. Okay. And this one, whatever this one is there, these are called as calculated measures. Okay. As of now, I'm just removing this one. Okay. This is not there. In the given data set, it is not there now. Only these are available. So whatever are available, so whichever is in the numerical format, you are going to get in terms of sigma symbol. Whichever is in the date format, you are going to get as a calendar symbol. And which is a categorical format, you will not get any kind of symbol, means indicating it is in the string format. Okay. Now coming to the this one, first one is line plot. Okay. So already we have completed 6 plots. Now let us move on to the line plot. In the line plot, what I'm going to consider on the x-axis means order date. Why I'm considering order date on the x-axis? Because I want in terms of date column on the x-axis, and along with that sales. So here my project is about the sales. This is a sales related project. Always our target would be related to the sales. For example, the recently which we have given the data analytics with the Python, that is hackathon project. In the hackathon project, what is the focus we are going to do is exam marks. So every column you have to check with the exam scores, how the students performance is there, performance with related to parents education or tutoring hours or number of hours studied, whatever it is, everything will be connected to the performance of the students performance. Similarly, this is a sales data set. When you are working on the sales data set, always we have to give the priority how these columns means every year how the sales are there, every quarterly how the sales are there, sales, profit, these are the main things. So here I'm going to consider on the x-axis time series variable, on y-axis with respect to sales. Now this is the line plot, and from this line plot what you are going to conclude means from 2014 to 2015 the sales are dropped, the initial sales are dropped, and from 2015 to 16 the sales are increased, and along with the 2016 to 2017 still the sales are increasing. The total amount of sales it is considering, see, observe here in this data set you are having the 2016, and whatever the sales is there, price $261.96, again 2016 731. So it is basically doing the cumulative by year wise. It is only doing the cumulative by year wise. In the 2014, what are the 2014 data is there? First it was separated. For the 2014 data, it is doing the cumulative of the sales, cumulative sum of the sales. And similarly for 2015 also, it is doing the sales sum, right? Now, like this, we are going to add one by one. Now, clearly observe here, this is the plot. In this plot, these are the options. What are the options you are having? First, for every plot, what you have to say is what are the options. In that options, what can be selected? This is the first one. Second one is, if you do the format, what are the things can be formatted? These are the 2 things. For every plot, 2 things. What are the 2 things? First one, what should be selected? Second one, formatting. Formatting means just modifying. So here, on x-axis, what you are going to consider means order date. Write in the notes. How you have to write in the notes, whichever you are working now. Just here you write in the notes clearly line chart. Line chart. What is the importance of line chart is to see the trend as the year increases or month increases or day wise. How the trend is there. Okay. Now on x-axis, what I'm going to consider on x-axis is date column. On y-axis, what you are going to consider is either you can consider in terms of sales or you can consider in terms of profit, either turnover or profit, any one. And if you want to check region wise, category wise or anything means, you have to take them in the legend, within the legend. Okay. So now see here, already this data set was added in your drive. Sample store data was already added in your drive. Okay. After the class, immediately practice each and everything. Whatever we are writing here on x-axis and y-axis, and I'm showing sales means you also try with the profit. Trying means not only drag down into the sales like this. For example, if you are dragging the profit, what you have observed, write in the notes. Observations are more important. What you are observing from the plot, you have to write in the notes from the each plot. That is more important, guys. I'm saying for multiple times. Just don't only simply drag and drop. Along with that, just tell me what you have observed. And from that, what you can tell how to improve the business. That is more important. Right? Now, so this is the plot. In this plot, I'm having in terms of time series variable on the x-axis along with the profit or sales on the y-axis. And we are going to see the trend, how the trend is there. And in this plot, I'm going to take the sales. Now the next one is I want to see the region wise. The same says I want to see region wise. Now I'm going to consider the region on the legend. You can select region or you can select the category wise or city wise or country wise. Customer ID, customer name will not select because customer ID wise what is the sales will not select. Generally will not have any use. Category wise means which category we are having the low sales, which category is having the high sales, we'll understand. If you select the city means which areas you are having the less sales, which areas you are having the more sales, you will understand. And if you select in terms of product name, product ID, all these unique values, which are having the more number of unique values, you don't need to consider them. Right? And next segment wise, state wise. Right? Now this is a region wise. Can you see in the each region? Now, sir, region wise line plot is visible, but numbers are not visible now. If you keep a cursor like this, numbers are visible. No, sir, numbers should be directly visible means what we have to do in that case called as formatting. This is selection of the data. Whatever I have done is called as selection of the data. On x-axis, what I am considering. On y-axis, what I am considering. On legend, what I am considering. This is what I am selecting the data. And this is called as formatting. Formatting means here you can add the data labels so that you can see the numbers also. So initially, clearly you can see this one. What are the region? South region is there. South region sales are dropped in the year of 2015. And for central region, the sales are almost same. From 14 to 15, the sales are same. And for western region, the sales has dropped. And for whatever this region, what is this region? Blue. Now, guys, this one I want to move on to the more focus, or I want to zoom. This one I want to zoom. Then what I have to do? Click on the focus mode. Already I've told you what is meant by focus mode. Just it is trying to zoom. So now if I zoom this one, clearly I can see in the eastern region. So from this plot, what I'm going to conclude means in the year of 2015, from compared to 2014, only eastern region has increased the sales. Eastern region has increased the sales, whereas western region and southern region, these both regions has dropped the sales. That is the observation. And coming to the latest year, that is 2016 to 2017, from 16 to 17, the sales were increased. The sales are increased in the southern region and the eastern region and western region, and it is almost flat in terms of central region. Now these people are going to focus more on what? If the year is 2017, assume we are in the 2017 year, then based on this, what they are going to do is they are going to focus more on the central region. Means some kind of sales manager will be there who knows more amount of sales, who is having the more amount of experience in sales, and who can improve the business. We are going to transfer that particular person into that particular region so that he'll focus more on that region. Is the point is clear? So here, who has increased the sales from 2015 to 2017? Okay, in the western region, the sales are increased drastically, double almost, right? So some person will be there now. Behind that, some manager will be there now. This manager, the western region manager who has improved that much of sales, some strategies, what are the he has implemented. If this is reason behind that is the manager, if I understand, then what we are going to do means this particular person we are going to send into the eastern region and we'll ask him, I mean central region, and we'll ask him to improve the sales. We'll transfer him to this one. If you simply transfer means he will go, no, we are going to add some kind of promotion because he has improved the sales like this now. So by adding the promotion and by increasing some amount of salary, then we'll transfer into the central region. And we'll say that in the central region, our sales are comparatively very low. Your target is to improve the sales. Like this, we are going to improve the business. So to improve our business, first we have to understand where our sales are very high, where our sales are very low. From that, they are going to improve the business. That is the reason it is called as business intelligence toolkit. So from this, we are going to improve our business, where we are lagging, where we are having less. Line plot is clear enough for everyone? Anyone? Any questions in the line plot? Now, let us move on to the next one called as area chart. Okay, next one is called as area chart. Let us rename this one to line. And I'm going to add this one also Power BI once the class is completed. Okay, this is line chart. Now next we'll move on to the area chart. Now comes to the area chart. This is basically area chart. What is the difference between the line chart? So here earlier I have executed line chart now. Let us take this line chart, copy, and I'm pasting here. What are the line chart I'm having? Okay. If you are interested with the legend miss, you can keep the legend. If you're not interested with the legend miss, you can remove the legend. If you remove the legend miss, overall data will be selected. Now, what are this plot we are having? Okay, this one, I'm just clicking on the area chart. Area chart means below to that line will be shaded. That's it. That is the difference between the line plot versus area chart. Here the line. So for example, in the line chart, we are adding the legend. Let's add the legend called as region wise within the line chart. Now the same thing I'm going to add here also in the legend, same region. Now can you see here just whatever you are having the line plot, below to that area was added. Just area. This is area chart. Okay, below to the line, it is going to do the shading. So what is the purpose of this one? From here also you can understand, or from here also you can understand. Clearly you can understand here in terms of, for example, guys, tell me in the last class we have discussed, right? What we have discussed is, again, I'm keeping in the focus mode. Now, so here, for example, I want to include only the eastern region and western region. I want to compare only these two. Then what I have to do? Either you can select the filter. Within the filter, you can select the regions, or what is the second option? Include or exclude. Do you remember include and exclude? So here I'm going to select this one and this one. These two I don't want to have. So what I'm going to do, just I'm going to click on the exclude. So when I click on the exclude, only that particular area can be excluded. or I want the entire region has to be excluded means I'm going to select here in terms of eastern region and western region. So only these two I'm going to keep, and clearly I'm going to understand that in the eastern region to when compared to western region, the sales are comparatively very low. Sir, then this is only better. No, sir. See, in some situations, something will be better. Every time, line chart will not make the sense. Every time, area chart will not make the sense. Example purpose, I am showing you with this example. In some situations, this will make more sense for you. For understanding purpose, this will make more sense for you. In that case, we are going to select this one. Is the points are clear, guys? Next, this is called as area chart. Line chart and area chart. Now, what is the line chart and area chart you are going to consider means same. X-axis you are going to consider the date. Y-axis again you are going to consider the same. No difference. Again you are going to have the same thing. X-axis with the date, Y-axis with the sales or profit. Only difference is below to the line the area will be shaded. Below to the line area will be shaded. And here also you can add the legend with any category as per your choice. Any categorical variable you can select. Legend you have to select as per the category. Category means categorical variable. Any categorical variable. Legend should be selected with categorical variable. If you select region wise means you are going to get region wise. If you select in terms of segment, for example, instead of region, okay, instead of region, I'm not going to select the region, and I'm going to select the in terms of segment. What are the segment I'm having? Means what are the different types of segments we are having is consumer, corporate, and home office. So I'm going to observe from the which segment is having the more amount of sales. Which particular segment has more amount of sales, which particular segment is having the less amount of sales, and which segment the sales are dropping, in which segment the sales are increasing. For example, in the Naresh IT, they are going to observe for which course slowly the students are increasing, for which course the students are decreasing from batch to batch, or every quarterly wise or every month wise. They are going to observe. If they observe like this, what is the advantage they are going to get? For example, in the Naresh IT, for a particular course, every year the number of students are decreasing. Now, what they are going to do? Either they'll focus on that particular course. How they'll focus means either they'll bring in terms of experienced faculty, more experienced faculty, and they'll do more amount of digital marketing for that. But because that course is having with respect sales are less, so they are going to do the marketing more. Option 1, marketing more. Option 2, they are going to add the more experienced faculty, or they are going to have, if the course is not having the demand, they are going to remove that. They'll observe the reason behind that. Why the students are less? Why the students are decreasing year by year? If demand is not there, they are going to remove that course. Why, sir? Why they have to remove? Because for any course, what are the amount of sales will be there, expenditure also will be there now. Means salaries has to be paid to the trainer, for that admin, marketing, room allocation, rent, along with the current bill. These are all comes under expenditure. Now, for example, the amount of sales, what are the money they are generating from that particular course, minus if they do all these things, if they are getting the loss, then what they are going to do? They are going to remove the course. Or for example, if they are getting very less amount of profit, instead of wasting that particular classroom for that particular course, they are going to remove that one. And which course is having more demand, they are going to hire the another trainer and they will utilize that particular classroom. Why to waste that classroom with less profit? So they are going to do the business from business point of view, you see. From Naresh IT business point of view, you see. Right? So they are going to understand based on my analysis, what are the report I am going to share, for which course more demand is there, which course less demand is there. Based on that, they are going to improve their business. Right? Now, coming to the line chart, whether it is line chart, for example, again, one more time in the line chart itself, in the line chart, instead of considering the region, this is overall. Now, this is overall year wise, but I want not year wise. I want in terms of quarter wise. Then what we have to do? Already we have discussed this one. Just you have to click on the hierarchy. So what is the hierarchy means? Whichever is in the date format, clearly you can see here year, quarter, month, date. So the moment you click on this one, first it will select the year. By default, it will select the year. Once again, if you click on this, it will go into the quarter wise. Once again, you click on this, it will move on to the month wise. If you click on this one more time, it will go to the day wise. Okay. So again, if you want back, one more time, this is year wise. Okay. Year 2, you want to decrease less quarter wise. Can you see? This is quarter wise. January 2014, March 2014, July to June 2014, September 2014, again January. Every quarter, 3 months once. So 3 months once they are measuring the values, and every quarter how the results. From here, can you clearly observe what you have observed in this plot? Can you tell me, guys, what you have observed in this plot? This is from the year of quarter 4. Every quarter 4, the sales are dropping. Common. Can you see that one? This is called as cyclic pattern. Every quarter, every September to whatever the March, September to December, that sales are comparatively low. Sir, how this cyclic pattern will be repeated, sir? Let's take an example. AC in the Bajaj Electronics or in the Reliance Smart or any Sonovision or any kind of who are selling the electronic products, TVs, fridge, ACs, all these things. Wherever the electronic products they are going to sell now. What about the sales of ACs particularly? AC sales will be very high in the quarter of March to June, and AC sales will be very low in the September to December. September to December, during the winter season, automatically who will purchase ACs? Comparatively lesser. I'm not saying that zero sales are there. Sales will drop. Till that suddenly the sales will increase, but from there the sales will drop. So that sales every time it is going to drop. It is a cyclic pattern. Now what these people will do, Bajaj Electronics people will do, for example, every quarterly, every September to December, the sales of ACs are decreasing. They'll understand what is the reason behind that. If the reason behind that is winter season, that is the reason. Now what they are going to do from that, every September to December, they are going to have the purchases of the AC from the company with the less amount of quantity. And during the March to June, they are going to purchase more amount of quantity. Unnecessarily, if they purchase more amount of quantity as similar to every month, what happens, miss? It is going to be a loss. Is the point is clear? Just, sir, these are basic examples. No, sir. ACs everyone knows. You also know, I also know. That is basic example only. But these basic examples, whatever we are discussing, we know. But for this particular company, how the sales are there, how you can know? Unless you make the plot. ACs, everyone says, sir, in the winter season, AC sales are low. Without seeing the line plot, tell me for this one, in the quarter 4, sales are high or sales are less. Without seeing the plot, can you tell? No. That example is easy example. We know that one. Generalized, simple example. Here, for the data set, we are going to apply the line plot and we are going to see the every quarterly the sales. And particularly in a year, which month is having the low amount of sales. Why low amount of sales you require? To run the offer. Whichever the month is having the low sales, in that month only if you run the offer, you are trying to improve the sales. Sir, why we have to give the offers on the low time only? Means whenever the sales are very low, in that month only why we have to give the offer? Why we can't give the offers in the normal time? Because very simple. Whichever the date or whichever the month, expenditure will be common. For example, if you go to a restaurant, okay, whether it is Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday, the expenditure is same only, na? For example, if you go to the movie theaters, whether it is Saturday or Sunday, whether it is Saturday or Sunday, or whether it is Tuesday or Wednesday, cinema theater, what are the expenditure is there, whether it will change? Since number of people are less in the Tuesday, whether the screen, what are the they are projecting on the screen, what are the payment they are paying for the film distributor, whether the money will change? No. Whether the salary will be changed to the person who is making the projection on the theater, salary will not be different. The what are the car parking charges will be, or bike charging, none of the things will change now. Expenditure will be the same, but profit amount is less means what happens? It is going to be loss. Now generally what PVR will do, PVR cinemas, so if they want to give the offers, on which day they have to give? On the weekdays. While they'll give on the weekends, because already weekends they are getting the enough amount of profit. Which days they are getting the less amount of profit, how to convert that one to more amount of profit, for that reason they are adding the some amount of offers. Is the points are clear? Now, so this is in terms of quarterly sales. Similarly, I want monthly sales. How to do the monthly sales? In this same, you are going to have the hierarchy. What are the hierarchies there? In the hierarchy, you have to click on the down, so that you are going to get monthly sales. This is monthly. Either you can add the focus mode, or for example, in a single screen, you are having the multiple plots. For example, this plot is very small, not visible properly. Now here, what you have to do? You have to click on this and click on the focus mode, so that it will be expanded. Okay, particularly you want to focus on this particular one. Here multiple charts are there. Assume here you itself you are having the multiple charts. In this screen you are having the multiple charts. Particularly you want to focus on that particular chart. Instead of deleting other charts and zooming this one, we are going to click on that particular chart like this. Okay, is the point is clear, everyone? So like this, you are going to observe the monthly sales, how the monthly sales and the trend. And you want to add the region wise or category wise or subcategory wise or segment wise, then each of them you are going to separately bring into the legend. So this one, segment wise sales. Sir, I want, sir, like this means it is confusing, sir. First, I want to compare between the two segments. Which are the two segments I want to compare, miss? I want to compare between the consumer versus home office. So for that, what I'm going to do in the filter, I'm going to select consumer and home office. And I'm going to compare only these two. Multiple line plots will lead to the more confusion. So 2 line plots, clearly I will understand. Is the point is clear? So based on this, we are going to do the comparison, and based on the comparison. Now, do you remember in the starting initial classes, I have shown you one of the plot in the website stock market where in terms of line plot is there, and I have kept my cursor and it has shown me that one. This was deployed there, this deployment. Basically that plot is Power BI or Tableau, where you are just keeping the cursor and you are going to have. Is the point is clear? Now, area chart and line chart is clear, right? Within the line chart, again, drill down option. So what are the things you have to practice, miss? X-axis, you have to keep the date. Y-axis, you have to keep sales or profit. And you have to add the legend with a categorical variable. And you have to write what are the observations you have made from each observations. And after the observations, you have to also add in terms of drill down. What is meant by drill down? Drill down means instead of yearly, quarter, month and day wise, no need. Either everyone will observe in terms of monthly sales, month wise, quarter wise and year wise. Just apply the drill down. And whatever you are going to click on the down. So when you are going to click on the down, which one you have to use, miss? This one. There, can you see above? Expand all down one level in the hierarchy. What is the hierarchy means? This is the hierarchy. One level down. First one is year, followed by quarter, followed by month, followed by date. For example, you want to increase up, then you have to click on the up arrow, drill up. If you click on the up, it will move up. For example, if it is already in the quarter wise, it will go to the year wise. Right? Now, this one, you are going to click on the format. Within the format, can you see here? Data labels. Okay, in the data labels, what are the data labels we are having? Okay, and for example, you have not selected this one. All of them you are selecting. Everything you are selecting. Okay, now data labels and series labels, markers, lines. Like this, you are having the different styles. X-axis, Y-axis, and series label. You are having the series label. You can click on the series label on. So now can you see here when I click on the series label on, okay, here it is showing the directly here itself. Okay, now you no need to keep the legend also. Legend also you can close directly here itself. You can see the, for example, if you are not having this one, then what we have to do in the legend, we are going to see light blue which one, orange color which one, violet color which one. Now directly by adding this one, we can see directly side by side. Clear now? So like this, just try to add the plot. Once again, I'm saying, okay, while practicing what we have to do. First, add plot. Which are the plot you are interested, select the plot. First, select or add the plot. Select the plot. For example, you are selecting the line plot. Okay. In the line plot, first, what are the options can be added? Options can be added. In x-axis, y-axis, legend, like this options will be there now. For every plot, options will be there now. For example, this is the plot. What are the options you are having? This is the options. X-axis, y-axis, legend, like this. These are the options. Okay, observe the options. What are the options can be added? What are the options can be added? And add some of them. Add some of them. After adding some of them, now observe what you have observation from the plot. What you have observed from the plot. Write the observation. Now observe the plot and write the observation in the notes. Write observation in the notes. And followed by do some kind of formatting. What are the format options? What are the format options available? What are the format options available? And do some formatting. Do some formats. Means add this one, add that one, like that. And see again observations. This is formatting. This is main. Main thing is this one. For every plot, we have to do the same. For every plot, same. First, you observe what has to be added on the x-axis, what has to be added on the y-axis. If it is a bivariate or if it is univariate, according to that, you already know the plots now. Some plots already we have discussed. Some additional plots we are going to discuss now. One by one, each and every plot we are going to discuss now. In that, I'll tell you what are the options are available now. And along with the format, you try with the different things. For example, I have added the region, means you add with the segment. One categorical variable I have added and I am observing. You add the second categorical variable. Third categorical variable. Like that, how many categorical variables are there? Separately. For example, this one only is there. Okay, let us take this one only. First I have practiced, okay, first I have added the region. And after adding the region, I have observed western region is having the high amount of sales and southern region is having the low amount of sales. First point, observation, first point. Second, in the year of 2015, southern region has fallen, the sales has fallen in the southern region, whereas in the eastern region, the sales were increased. This is my second point, what I have observed. Like that, what are the things, multiple points you may observe. In every plot, only one point will not be observed. Multiple points will be there, right? Each and every point. Okay, completed a region wise, completed a. Now, category wise, bring the category wise. How the category wise sales are there. So, technology is having the high amount of sales. In the year of 2014 to 2015, both technology along with the furniture sales are dropped. And next one is office supplies. Office supply sales are dropped along with the technology sales are dropped. Write that one. And furniture sales are increased. And highest sales are every year. First year says which one is having the highest? Technology. And in the year of 2016, technology. In the year of 2017 also, technology. So 3 years technology is having the more amount of sales, but in the year of 2015, furniture is having the high amount of sales. Write that point also. Completed. After completing this one, now you add in terms of next one called as subcategory. This is waste. There is no use. Okay, in the line plot there is no use. Instead of this one, bar plot might be used. Clustered bar plot might be useful for this one. So in this, it will be helpful. This will you understand. So where you are having the highest amount of sales, particularly you can understand from this one. This will be helpful here. But earlier line plot, no use. So every example will not be supported in every plot. Is the point is clear, guys? So like that, you are going to add. Okay, after this, now remove the legend of subcategory and now segment wise completed, subcategory wise completed, category wise completed. Now city wise you observe. Which particular city? More amount of unique values are there, line plot will not make sense. It leads to the confusion. Only 2 categories or 3 categories, comparison wise, look nice. If you add multiple things, only confusion will be there. Though it is a comparison also, limited number of categories. More amount of categories are there means bar plot. Don't go with the line plot. Is the points are clear? Line plot only not clear means area plot, no need to discuss also. Waste. When you are having that much of categories. If you want, you can check. For example, I'm taking the city. Okay, I'm adding the area. Okay. Clear, guys? Area chart is clear, line chart is clear for everyone. Now let us move on to the next type of chart. That is, we are having this one. Okay, next plot we are having called as line with stacked. Now observe this again. I'm bringing the ordered date on x-axis along with the sales, total amount of sales. Now what is the difference between the previous one versus this one? Guys, observe clearly this. This is one of the important one. Okay, here I'm bringing my line chart. Copy and paste. Of course, I'm going to remove this legend. Apart from the legend, this one. So can you see here numbers? Here also I'm adding the numbers, data labels. Let me add the data labels. How to add the data labels means just you have to go with the format. Okay. Now in the format data labels you have added. Now what are the data labels you are adding? It is nothing but sum. And what are the values are there? Okay, values. Some of the values you are going to show and display in terms of thousands, because this is also in the terms of thousands. This is also in terms of thousands. Now, just I'm trying to expand this one. Mm. Now tell me guys, this is some of the sales, that is 484,000. This is also 484,000. 470, 470, 609, 609, 734, 733. Okay, same now? Numbers are same. Sir, visibility is not there. Then how to add? Tell me. You only tell me how to add the visibility. Numbers are not visible now. 609 is not visible now. Increase the size of that 609. How to add? What are those called as? What are those called as? Data labels. Inside that, we are going to increase the size of the value. What are the size of the value is there? Increased. Now in this, I want to increase the numbers. How to increase the numbers in this? Same format. In this also data labels. Within the data labels, we have to go with the values. Which one is not visible for you? Title is not visible means title. Values are not visible means values. Sir, these values means they are X ticks now. Y-axis and X ticks and Y ticks. Those will be available here. Whatever these are there, those will be available in the Y-axis. What are bottom is there, those will be available in the X-axis. Already I have told you this one. Internal values are called as data labels, not side one. Side one are called as X-axis, Y-axis. Internal labels. Internal labels are called as data labels. In the data labels, I'm going to increase the size. Okay, now it is visible. Now what is the difference between these two? One is representing in terms of year wise on the x-axis along with the sales, total sales. Now this one, okay, what are the bar plot I'm having? Along with the bar plot, I'm going to add this line plot also here itself. How to add the line plot means says you bring into the line. Same, can you see here? This line plot, separate line plot was added here itself. So bar along with the line. This is what is this called as? Line and stacked column chart. Line along with the stacked column chart. Bars are visible at the same time. Line chart also visible there itself. Point is clear, everyone? Now, this is called as line clustered column chart. What is clustered column chart means? So here legend is there, na? Legend will be there, na? Legend I'm going to bring in terms of segment wise. So segment wise, it is stacked. Sales are stacked. This is total sales. Total sales are 4,84,000. Now within that, how much sales are there with respect to consumer means this is the amount of consumer. Now the same thing. This is stacked. This is stacked or clustered. This is stacked. Now I want clustered. What is meant by clustered means side by side. Just I'm adding side by side. Is the point is clear? Clustered, this one. Okay. So just you are going to bring in terms of multiple categories are there. Clustered or stacked you will observe when you are having the categories. When there is no categories, only single value, then there will be no difference between this one versus this one. There will be no difference. Both will be the same. Is the point is clear? Now here also I'm going to bring the sales on the axis. Now here there is no difference now. What is this plot I have selected basically? It is called as line and stacked. What is this plot I have selected? What is this is called as line and clustered. What is the difference then? No difference. Then you have to see the difference means what you have to do? You have to add something. What you have to add something means categories. When we are having the more amount of categories only, we can play the game. I mean, more amount of analysis. Game means more amount of analysis. My meaning is that too, Here we are having these many columns only, these many options are there. Means assume 100 columns with 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs records are there. How much time it will take to analyze? More amount of time. That is only real time project. In the companies, what we'll do? There the data set size will is more. When compared to earlier HR data, in the HR data, whatever the analysis we have done, that analysis will be completed first or this analysis will be completed first? Because less amount of categories are there. Here, more amount of categories are there. In that, more permutations and combinations will be there. Automatically, more amount of time will be there. That can be completed in one day. Miss, can you complete this one in one day? Miss, no. Complete analysis along with the observations. How we can complete? Observations also we have to write now. Only not creating the plots now. And from that, finally, conclusions also we have to make. And that important plots we have to keep in the PPT or in the Power BI. Finally, we have to create a dashboard. Till now, we have not even entered into the advanced things. That is in the next class. I mean, once the plots are completed, we are moving on to the how to create a new columns. New columns, how to add the functions, DAX functions, like this, some advanced things are there still. Okay. Now, I'm bringing the categories. So now tell me guys, region wise, generally whoever works on the sales data, they'll work in the region. In which region? For example, DMart individual store manager will be there, or area manager will be there. Both are different. What is the difference between the store manager versus area manager? Store manager means he is applicable only for that particular store. Area manager means for entire Hyderabad, he is the head. In the Hyderabad, how many DMarts are there? He is going to observe. Now, if you are seeing from the store manager point of view, you are going to see in your store which category sales are very high. If you are seeing from the area manager point of view, which DMart is having the high sales. For example, you are working for the DMart of Amirpet. You are the manager of Amirpet area only. Are you going to see the sales of Kukatpalli? Are you going to see the sales of Ahmedabad? Or you are going to see the DMart sales of Delhi? Miss? No, that is not useful for you. Or you are not going to even check with respect to other branches also. But next level people, they'll compare the branches. Which branch is having the low sales, which branch is having the high sales. Branch wise comparison will be done by them. So again, business problem, person to person, business problem requirement. Is the point is clear? So this is a stacked line chart. This is same. I'm going to add what I've added here, region. Region, I'm going to bring into the legend, and this is clustered. This is stacked. This is clustered. Line plot is line plot only. Overall line plot is not changing. What is the advantage of this one is it is adding the bar along with the line. It is a combination of bar along with the line. This one also clear? Everyone? So this is, I'm going to rename line chart with column chart. Line chart with column chart. Everyone is clear now? Anyone has any questions? What are the three things we have covered? That is line, area, and line with column chart. Now, let's move on to the next one. Okay. Next one is called as a ribbon chart. Like this, we'll cover all the charts, each and everything, one by one. Next one is a ribbon chart. Now, within the ribbon chart, again, I'm going to take in terms of date on the x-axis, sales on y-axis, and region on the legend. This is a ribbon chart. Okay. Now, what is the difference between this one versus, let us keep this one asterisk like this. Now, versus line chart. Let's bring the line chart here. Okay. In the line chart, I'm going to remove the segment. Now here, I'm going to bring the region. Okay. This is the one. Same in terms of similar kind of area chart. Is the point is clear? This is a ribbon chart where you are going to consider in terms of without region. Let us remove the region. It is just what is the difference you have observed? Tell me guys, what is the difference? 1 minute. Let me take this one. This would be better, best option. Okay, let me remove the this. Okay, I'm going to remove the data labels also for temporary purpose. I'm just removing the data labels so that understanding will be easy. What is the difference? Same bars, same heights, same heights. And what is the difference? Here, line you are visible, bar along with the line. Here, bar along with the area. That is the difference. Ribbon chart means simply bar with the area. Let me keep this one also. It's in the same height like this. If you add the data labels, numbers will be the same. If you want cross check, numbers will be the same. Add the data labels in this case. Click on the data labels. Add the data labels for this one also. Sir, for this data labels, 733.22K is there. Here 0.73 million is there. Now I want to change this million also into thousands, not in terms of millions. I want to keep this one also in terms of thousands. What I have to do is go to the data labels. Within the data labels, what are the values you are having? Values here, what is the units it is selecting? Default units with respect to auto. Change this one to thousands. So it will be selected for this one also thousands. And I'm just adding the data labels. Data labels is on for this one. What are the values are there? The values we are going to add in the terms of thousands. And it is inside. It went inside here, small numbers. So just I'm going to change the position. So values, wherever the values are there, my transparency I'm going to keep in terms of 0. Okay. Or I'm going to add different color, black, so that size is not visible. Increase the size. Right? Is the point is clear? So can you see here same 733 and 733, right? Whichever you are interested, as per your choice. Choice is yours. Coloring, even column colors also you can change now. Blue colors to any different colors also you can change. How to select the column colors means columns. Or in the format, you have to click on the columns. Whatever we are having, instead of this one. And you can select instead of blue, whatever the color you are interested, right? Don't keep the white colors columns. Okay, white color columns will not be visible on the white background. Clear guys? Next, ribbon chart is clear now. What is the difference between this one versus this ribbon chart means? Ribbon chart means nothing but bar along with the area chart. Now for this, if you add the legend, Again, subcategories. Again, you'll find the difference. Okay. I'm renaming this one to a ribbon chart. Generally, ribbon chart will not be used because a ribbon chart, this one, these are all will lead to the confusion. Okay. Yes. As one of the student is asking the question, just a minute in the chat box. What is the question? Sir, ribbon chart give us ranking when we used one time series data in the legend. So here, just you can add in the ribbon chart within the time series data in the legend. Okay, I'm taking in terms of segment wise. So you can go with the segment wise home, office, and consumer, which is having the highest. Right? Clear? Is your question is clear? Done. So this is a ribbon chart. Next, come to the next one. After ribbon chart, what is the next one? Waterfall chart. So just a minute. This is called as waterfall chart. So within the waterfall chart, waterfall chart. Okay. So in the waterfall chart, what we are going to select in the x-axis, right in the notes for waterfall chart, we are going to consider the category as the date, and y-axis as the sales. Just it is going to show us in every year whether the sales are positive or negative. For the positive sales, it is going to show in the green color. For the negative sales, it is going to show in the red color. If anything negatives are there, minus also will be there. For example, here in the sheet, you can see some of the profits are negative. Negative values are also available. Profits are sometimes the profit will be negative. Why the profit will be negative means what are the turnover and what are the expenditure. If the expenditure is more over the turnover, then automatically the profit will be negative. So here we are going to have the this waterfall chart. In that category, we are going to select the date and along with the y-axis in the waterfall chart. We are going to select the category. What are the category is there? Category is equal to, we are going to keep the date, and y-axis we are going to consider in terms of sales or profit, either sales or profit. Okay. And see in the 2014 profit, this much of sales, every time the sales was increasing, there is no drop in the sales. Okay, nice. Now let me check. This is year wise now. 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and this is overall total sales. I don't want to see the total sales. What I have to do, guys? Year by sales only I want to see, but I don't want to see the total sales. What I have to do? Click on this particular one. And how to remove this? Right click and click on the exclude. Right? Now, here, this is yearly wise now. I want not yearly wise. I want quarterly wise. Then what I have to do? I'm going to click on the drill down. So every quarterly also it is increasing. Let me check monthly. This is monthly sales. Now this is day wise based. So this is like this now. Now here what I'm going to do, the sales, what are the sales are there? This says I'm going to bring region wise. Okay, region wise sales. So region wise sales, in the eastern region you are having the sales high, but in the central region and western region and southern region the sales are dropped. Is the point is clear? Like this, you're going to check region wise and quarterly wise. Within the quarterly, again in the region. Within that subcategory, again region. And you're going to observe. For example, here in the region, and I'm going to exclude this one. The total I'm going to exclude. Click on the exclude, exclude, and in terms of this one also. I'm going to keep in the year wise, and this is year wise total amount of sales. Similarly, I want in terms of instead of sales profit. Let us see the profit. Year wise, whether the profit is increasing or not in terms of. Okay. And quarter wise. How to check quarter wise means this one. Region wise. You know already region wise. You have to bring the region into the breakdown. So wherever the positives are there, it is going to show in the green color. Wherever the negatives are there, it is going to show in the red color. Everyone is okay with this plot? Waterfall chart is clear now? Anyone has any questions? Next, we are having is called as funnel chart. Next chart is called as funnel. Now, let's move on to the funnel chart. What is total representing here? Summation of all these things. Summation of everything. Overall. From the starting to everything. The entire data. All the years total. Right? And now, so for example, in the year of 2000, this one. So in the year of 2014, 50,000 sales are there. In the year of 2015, 62 sales are there. 62,000, 52, 62,000, 82,000, 93,000. For example, if any year sales are dropped, it is going to show in the red color. That particular year sales are dropped. When the total amount of sales is negative, or for example, instead of the sales or profit, whatever the profit, if the year or quarter the profits are compared negative profits you have got. Okay. Now let us see in the quarter wise. In the first quarter, we have got profit. Every quarter profit only. This company is making every quarter profit only, but that profit is constant profit or comparatively less profit. The profit might be decreasing. So can you see here 2015 quarter to quarter 4, 23,000, and next quarter what is the profit they have got is 11,000 only. Profit only they have got. But the profit is earlier quarter 23,000. Now this year, what is the profit? 11,000. The profit was decreased. Now, can you show that decrease here in the waterfall chart? Quarter to quarter comparison, can you make in this one? No. For that, what we require? Line plot is required. Instead of this waterfall chart, if I take the same thing, if I convert this one to line chart, clearly it shows the drop. You have to show the drop means this one. If you want to show that we are making in which quarter profits are high, which quarter profits are positive and which quarter the profits are negative. You want to show positive and negative only means you have to go with the waterfall chart. You want to show the ups and downs means line chart. Don't go with the waterfall chart. Difference is clear? Difference is clear. Online students. Shrikant, your question is clear? Others? What is the difference between the line chart and here? Advantage of waterfall chart means any quarter you have got negative profits means loss. It is going to indicate here. Loss will be indicated here. Is the point is clear? Now, sir, for example, a particular quarter you have got the loss, sir. Okay. Now, even in this line plot, we can't show. We can show what is the problem in the line plot. That is not a problem. Even we can show in the line plot also. What happens in the line plot if you show the losses means, what happens means you are going to get in the line chart. This is the year or quarter on the x-axis, and this is profit or loss. For example, this quarter you have got the profit. In the next quarter you have got the loss. So automatically it is going to have the below. So it is going to come to the below. Values will be below also. Negative numbers will be below, positive numbers will be above. This is date or quarter or year or something. And this is profit and this is loss. So you are going to get the line plot bottom. Instead of showing the line plot bottom, what we are going to show is in the negative by indicating using the waterfall. Whenever you are having something negative in your data, profit or sales or anything, then it is better to show in the waterfall chart rather than line chart. Go with the waterfall chart. Points are clear, everyone? Next, we are moving on to the funnel chart. Next chart is called as funnel chart. Now this is funnel chart. Now what is meant by funnel chart? So where I'm going to have within the funnel chart, I'm going to take on the x-axis subcategory or region. So I'm going to take here region, every region. So everything we are doing with the region only now. Let us compare, same thing. So in the each region, it is going to give in the rank order, which is having the high sales and in the ranking order. What is the difference between the normal bar chart versus this one? Miss, in the funnel chart, you are going to get in the ranking order, which is having the highest to which is having the least. Rank order will be displayed in the funnel, highest to least. Okay. So region you are going to consider on the category, and sales you are going to consider on the this one. Sir, for example, instead of this one, if I consider the normal bar chart, okay, I'm converting this one to a normal this one. So you are going to get in terms of like this, right? Is the point is clear? Now, so this is the, for example, I'm showing for you the region. Instead of region, you select in terms of segment. Which segment is having the highest, which segment is having the least. Or you go with the subcategory, categories or subcategories. Which category is having the more, which category is having the less. And in terms of instead of sales, go with the profit. See, in the same funnel, multiple things I'm adding. And from each of them, one I'm going to observe, I'm going to write. Sir, already this observation we have completed in earlier plots also, no, sir. Then what is the advantage? Which one is making sense for you? Which one is making good representation for you? Keep that one in your presentation. Others you remove. Same answer you are getting from every plot, miss. Which one is making sense for you? Keep that one. Which representation is looking for you good? Keep that one. And others you remove. Is the point is clear, guys? So like this, you are going to have the different types of plots. And next one is, what is this plot is called as funnel chart. Right? Next, after funnel chart, next chart what we are having is called as scatter. So now scatter, already you know what is scatter plot. Scatter plot means between two continuous variables. So I'm going to select the scatter plot. Any two continuous variables you select here, which are in the numerical format. So x-axis I'm going to take in the numerical format, which is nothing but sales, and y-axis I'm going to take the profit. Can you see here? You are going to get only one dot. What is this one dot? Why you are getting only single dot? Because it is taking the sum of the sales versus sum of the profit. Sum of the sales is a single number. Sum of the profit is a single number. Single number to single number, only one dot will be there. X-axis one value, Y-axis one value. Then you want in terms of multiple values. Then what we are going to do is, I'm going to take in the region into the values. Now see, total 4 regions are there. Which region is making more amount of sales with respect to the profit means the region, this western region is making more amount of profit. Sir, you're keeping the cursor and it is visible, but I want to see that things. What do you have to do? On the data labels. Just click on the format and click on the data labels on. So category labels, whatever you are having, click on the on. It will be visible. Is the point is clear? Now, instead of region, I'm going to take category. Now tell me guys, which category is having the more amount of profit? Have you seen that one in any earlier plots? Have you seen? Technology. Okay. Now the same thing I'm going to take here. Can you see? Which is having the high amount of sales along with the high amount of profit is technology. That one is making more representation good, or this one, according to your choice. And within the technology subcategories, I'm having the subcategories now. So I'm going to take the subcategories. Which subcategory is making more? Okay, here I'm going to keep in the focus mode. Which subcategory is making in terms of more amount of sales? More amount of sales means you have to observe on the x-axis. More amount of profit, which category is making means you have to observe on the y-axis. Which category is making more amount of profits means phones, chairs, sales along with the and profit wise copiers. That is making more amount of profit. Sales will be in one of them will be high. Profits will be for some of them, profits will be very high. Is the point is clear? So like this, you are going to make the different plots. And in the legend, here legend also available. Within the legend, I'm going to bring the region. So phones, again colors are added. Multiple colors are added. In each of them, again colors are added. Instead of legend, what I'm going to give is on the size. Size, I'm going to select what are the size is there. Size of the bubble size is there now. This bubble size. Yeah, I'm going here. I'm going to take in this. Let me add the size. Okay, and in the bubble size, I'm going to take the profit. Okay, or let us take this one also profit. So now all the bubble, whatever the dots are there, all of them are equal size. All of them are equal size. But what I want to do means I want to select the bubbles which are making the high amount of profit with more bubble, which are making less profit. I want to make the less bubble. Okay. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this one into the size of the bubble, which is making the more amount of profit. The bubble size will be very high. This one, can you see here? Bubble size is big one. And this is the big one when compared to this. Right? No, sir, it is unnecessarily confusing, miss. Keep this. Go with this. Okay. Now, then this is what is this is called as scatter chart. I mean scatter plot. Let us rename scatter. Right? This is scatter plot. Now, instead of scatter plot, okay, I'm going to bring this one into the tree map. This will give the more things, more crystal clear. Okay. So which category is having the high amount of sales, or which category is having the high amount of profit, and subcategory along with the values. So big one, the big box indicates that it is having the more amount of sales. And if you want to add the data labels, you are going to add the data labels. So you can see the size of the rectangular box is the bigger the size of the rectangular box, the bigger the sales are there. Either sales or profit. You can select any one of them. You want the rectangular box based on the profit, means based on the profit, the rectangular boxes will be selected. If you want the based on the sales, means based on the sales. The size of the rectangular box, here the size of the rectangular box is very small because the profit is comparatively very small. This is called as tree map. Tree map means in our case it is called as heat map, just adding the colors to the numbers. For big numbers, one color, one with respect to number wise colors it is adding basically. Is the point is clear? This is called as tree map, right? So everyone please practice of what are the plots we have discussed till now, and remaining things we are going to cover in the tomorrow's class. In tomorrow's class I will explain for you the already I have covered the in terms of maps, field maps already completed. So gauge, I'm going to add the gauge chart, and I'm going to give the cards and multi-row cards, and followed by slicers and table. Already I have explained for you the table. I will explain for you the matrix. So tomorrow we are going to complete this all the visuals, and once the data visualization is completed, means all the plots, what are the different types of plots are completed. Next I'll explain for you the functions. Once functions are completed, means we can do the one project. So by this weekend Power BI will be completed, the entire Power BI. After the Power BI, immediately I will show you the resume building and start applying after the Power BI. Before to the Tableau itself, you start applying and check the interview costs. I will be here only now. The condition apply is you have to complete the project. Without completing the project, if you simply mention the skills, you will not get the interview costs. Project, your experience is going to make a major role in the interview costs. Is the point is clear? So by end of this weekend, we'll complete the Power BI and you can apply for the data analyst role. Okay, after completing the functions, DAX functions are there, multiple functions are there. So we have to complete them. So tomorrow we'll complete the visualization part, matrix, all these things. On Wednesday, it is holiday. January 1st, it is holiday. Thursday and Friday, we'll complete the DAX functions. DAX functions and how to create the columns, and data cleaning within the Power BI also we'll discuss. If required, data cleaning, how we can do in the Power BI, that one also we'll discuss. And on Saturday, we will do one project. This Saturday, you will have the class, that 2-3 hours class. Make sure that this Saturday you are having the class of 3 hours. So I'm going to discuss one complete end-to-end project in the company, whatever the project we are going to do, starting to ending. Again, 3 hours session will be there. And similar kind of project you have to do, and you have to write in the resume. Okay, similar kind of project. How you have to select the data sets, everything I'll explain. Only thing you have to do is what I'm discussing in the class, immediately after the class, practice that one. Don't delay that one. Okay, don't postpone anything. That only that thing you do. Remaining things automatically will happen. Right? Done. If anyone has any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave. Generally, we'll, for example, as a data analyst here in the course, we have learned multiple things now. So we are going to do the data exploration and data cleaning in Python first, followed by here. Or otherwise, if you are a Power BI developer, then automatically you have to do everything in the Power BI only. You cannot open the Python.